Welcome to the NOFSRL. After 12 action-packed weeks here in the Trinity River Cup Series, we arrived to North Carolina for a two-race swing. The first stop being here at the Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina for race 13 of 26 here in Season 4 of the NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series. This is the Pop Secret 400 at the Rock. Last year's thriller saw Charlie Davenport nabbed the win on late race pit strategy. He didn't return this season, so we will see a new winner here at Rockingham in the second edition of this race. Joined alongside Derek Hamill for the call here at Rockingham. Derek, welcome up into the booth. What can we expect here at this track? It's just a little over a mile. It's kind of like Richmond, but with Bristol-type turns. What do you think we can expect here?
Well, we're not seeing much past early, but down in midfield, like from 11th to 25th, we're going to see a lot of like dog fights for position. You know, like 2-car battles, maybe 3-car battles. Like, you know, you don't want to go 3 or 4 wide here. That will cause an incident, which isn't good. But like, you know, like it's Rockingham. It's a classic track. You know, we'll just see what happens.
Have to see how it all goes down here. We had a change atop the standings last week at Kansas. Let's take a look at the top 10 here. It's Kyle Mccleese atop the standings, 338 points towards the championship. He's 9 ahead of Nicholas Samadio, former points leader, 12 ahead of Trey Wright, 28 ahead of Will Parrish, 33 ahead of Alejandro Cruz Jr., 42 ahead of last week's winner Kanan Biller, 51 ahead of Marty Sakela, he's 7th in points, 52 ahead of 8th place is Christopher Alphaby, and then 68, all tied 68 behind from 9th to 11th, Ryan Durrani, Ace Garcia, and Colin Teague. By virtue of the ties with wins, Ace Garcia and Colin Teague would be ahead of Ryan Durrani, and Ace Garcia would have the tiebreaker for most top 10s of those two. So, without further ado, let's go down trackside. We'll get you a starting lineup, and we'll get this show on the road here at the Rock. And the engines will come to life here at Rockingham. Ford are going to roll off from the pit road. It is defending Scott's National Series champion Dale Lightning on the pole position, still looking for that ever-elusive second career victory here in the TRCS. In row 2, we find Christopher Alphaby. Row 2, we find in an unaccustomed starting position for him, Thomas Troxel, the 16, alongside Brock Nelson. In row 3, Sebastian Kukulon and Roberto Crown Jr. Row 4, Eric Monaco and Mitchell Collins. Row 5, John Andrews, Caleb Rose round out the top 10. We'll get a quick pick from you, Derek. Who do you think is going to go to victory lane here at Rockingham?
Brock Nelson, that super cheap bottom machine. 3rd place, that's the place I want to start here at Rockingham.
Starting up on that outside line. The outside's pretty fast here around Rockingham. We'll have to see how it goes for him. Pace car takes the dive on the pit road. The Pop Secret 400 at Rockingham is green, green, green. Let's get this show on the road at the Rock. And no competition up front of the start. It is Dale Lightning leading lap number 1. Sebastian Kukulon second, side by side for third with Roberto Crown Jr. there, and Eric Monaco, who gets shuffled up to the outside, and Thomas Troxel slipping back here early as he got stuck up on that outside line. It'll take a little bit for that outside line to rubber in, but when it does, man, they're going to have some excellent momentum up there, but it's just not happening here in the early going. Looks like he'll be able to pull back in line behind Elijah Gordon, so he'll just be able to stay inside the top 10.
You are right. The early stage of the race, the outside lane is going to be absolute dog water because there's not rubber up there. You can see number 25, Eric Monaco, trying to get some rubber up there, not really working. He's going to drop like a rock in water.
Caleb Rose in the 15, who just had a mechanical failure from the lead in the final 10 laps at Kansas. He is working his way. He's worked his way into the top 10 here early on. He's in the 7th position. As you see, Eric Monaco still slipping backwards on that outside. And second place pointsman Nicholas Samadio. That doesn't sound like something we would ever say again, but it's true today. Coming in second in the standings. There's 3 wide there. Eric Monaco, Marty Sakala, and Scott Upton very tied off of turn number 4. They'll keep it clean, but Monaco still stuck on that outside as Mitchell Collins and Kyle Mccleese get down to the inside as he continues to slip backwards.
That was way too close for comfort between that 78, 84, and the 25. If they got any closer, that would have been an incident.
Absolutely, and it looks like Sebastian Kukulon just slipped from 2nd to 4th as he got trained by Roberto Crown Jr. and John Andrews. Meanwhile, Crown's going to look for Dale Lightning on the race lead. Lightning's going to slip wide just a little bit, but not enough for Crown to get to the inside. Andrews might even get to the inside of Crown here, going down the front straightaway there for second. There he goes, the slingshot to the inside, and he's going to take the spot, and Kukulon's going to follow suit on the inside.
Kukulon there, as you can see right there behind John Andrews, the number 5 machine. They've run good every race I've commentated for them, so I think that might be a thing. Oh, we're almost 3 wide there with 15, 52, and the 27.
Yes. And you're right, John Andrews has had some pretty good runs recently, but especially when you're in the booth for whatever reason. So we'll have to see. He's been so close so many times to a victory here on the Trinity River Network. It's about time he broke through and he finally got a win. He ran well at Rockingham in the Scots National Series 1 season ago, finished 2nd, and he is looking for the lead now on Dale Lightning to the inside. Looking for the lead here on lap number 9. He's going to take the spot away, and Kukulon, can he follow suit on the inside? Dale Lightning looks like he's got a big launch off the top side, headed down the back straightaway. But into 3, it'll be Kukulon taking 2nd, and Elijah Gordon with a delayed slingshot on Ace Garcia, the Darlington winner, moving into the 4th position.
Gordon with a textbook Rockingham move there on Ace Garcia. That's all I can call that.
And we've seen much of it already here in the first 9.5 laps. Here's Garcia making a move to the inside of Gordon, heading off into 3, looking to take that 4th position back. He's going to bring his teammate Thomas Truxell with him there in the Sonic 16 Mercedes. And now Truxell might even make a move to the inside of Garcia into 1. Oh boy! No! Garcia's going to chop him at the last second. So they will stay in their respective positions, 4th and 5th. Teague and Rose as well getting around the 24. How about Velocistar here in the early going? All 3 of their cars are up inside the top 10. What a turnaround here in recent weeks for the Matt Tuck-owned team. But here we are on lap number 12. John Andrews has about a 0.4 of a second lead over Sebastian Kukulon. Dale Lightning, who led the opening laps, is in the 3rd position. And we're going to give a call to Paul-Antoine Sierre in the 7. Has had a rough going the last few weeks, but now the new sponsor, Bass Pro Shops and Tracker Boats. Oh! Blake Parker into the wall, and that almost created an incident with Eric Monaco and Christopher Alphaby. Thankfully it didn't. Alphaby slow on the inside, and doesn't look like anybody else is going to be in trouble. That was right in front of one of your cars, Derek, and just inside
all 3 of my cars.
Oh, all 3 of them are right there on the inside. Man.
Oh.
Golly. That could have been a disaster for a lot of cars, including the Pacific Hamel Racing Trio. But here we are back up front with Dale Lightning going to the inside of Sebastian Kukulon for 2nd. He's going to take the spot away. And Thomas Truxell, now the leading Velocistar car on the racetrack, looking to get to the inside of the Combos 82. Not going to be able to. Now it looks like they are starting to get some rubber laid down up there. Kukulon got a great launch off of turn number 4.
But looks like some cars be set up for, as you see right there, Ace Garcia. He is running high, wide, and handsome, and, well, it's not looking that handsome right now.
Yeah, as Gordon gets around on the inside, Garcia's going to slip back to the 8th position for the moment. And that might bring Brock Nelson and Nicholas Samadillo up here, but here comes your defending series champion, Trey Smith in the 22 to the inside of your second place points man. And here's your points leader who started like 37th, I think, now looking for a top 10 spot here at Rockingham. And he's going to take it on the inside of Brock Nelson.
He did indeed. And not too long ago, we seen that 78 Carlos have an incident with, I believe it was Eric Monaco and Marty Sakala earlier.
Yes, indeed. And now Scott Upton is up to the 11th position on the racetrack. We'll check back in up front real quick. It is still John Andrews leading the way. The two cars that have led laps today are 1 and 2. John Andrews has led the most at the moment. It is Kukulon 3rd, Colin Teague, Talladega winner 4th, and Elijah Gordon getting around Caleb Rose there for 5th. And it'll be a Velocity start in 6th, 7th, and 8th with Rose, Troxel, and Garcia in that order. And now Mccleese into the 9th position, and Scott Upton now side by side with Trey Smith for the 10th position. Give a call to the Team Ninja Rapids 3-car team, because the Ben Grurich team has been tremendous. They lead the owners' points, and they've led the owners' points for just about the entire season, and they're showing why they are. Trey Wright in the 95 as well, running in the 22nd position at the moment, but they have 2 of their cars up inside the top 10 at the moment, and Trey Wright even up 3rd in the standings. The run today, don't let it distract from how good he has been this season. Lap 20 right now. We are just a handful of laps away from the first pit cycle of the race here at Rockingham.
Teague now trying to set sail and get by the 55 machine of Dale Lightning. As you mentioned, Mccleese won Talladega earlier this season. 2 different styles of tracks, but, helps having experience running up front. As back there, I believe that is, I can't tell who that is. That is, looks like a Velocity start. That's Ace Garcia.
Garcia up on the outside, yes.
Once again, using the high, wide, handsome deal. Running high, wide, but it's not looking too handsome. Sierra right behind him there.
Oh, and Durrani making a move to the inside. 3 wide, headed off into 1.
That was way too close. You did not want to go 3 wide. That could have been big.
We've seen him make 3 wide work going down the back straightaway and into turn 3, but in turn 1 and 2, that is awfully brave to be doing that here, especially this early on, but we've been caution-free through the first 22 laps. John Andrews has a 9/10 of a second lead over Dale Lightning, and obviously, the pace has slowed up, and I mentioned it, we're getting closer and closer to the first pit cycle of the race, and if I remember right, last year it was just right around the pit cycle time where we had the first incident of what ended up being 3 in last year's race. So obviously a much cleaner start to this race than it was last year, but it's still like there's plentiful action on the racetrack, even despite all that. So a very pleasant start to this Pop Secret 400, I am sure, but obviously not for Ace Garcia at the moment and Paul-Antoine Sierra as they continue to slip out on the outside, and Sierra's gonna slingshot down to the inside of Garcia, thread the needle between Garcia and Alpha B, and get a 2-for-1 special. How about that move by Paul-Antoine Sierra?
I have no words. That was probably one of the most dumb moves I've seen in a while, but hey, he made it work.
It's incredible sometimes how you can just go from one lane to another in the middle of the turns on this racetrack. That is just incredible how that works. But here we are checking back up with the lead. It's still John Andrews leading the way. Lightning second. Here's Kukulon going after Colin Teague for 3rd. Teague, your Talladega winner, looking for another tremendous run here. Coming in 11th in the standings, technically tied for 9th. As they're all 68 points behind. Kyle Mccleese coming in. Here's Caleb Rose going to the inside of Kukulon, getting into the backside of that 82. Just about turned him around going through the turns, but thankfully didn't. And now going down the back straightaway, it'll be Kukulon holding off That 15 Rose getting awfully aggressive there, sitting in the 5th position here on lap 27, coming to lap 28.
Well, I can see why Caleb there's being really aggressive. Lost the race due to don't really know what to call it besides a Red Bull power unit moment. Leading. Car lets go. I can see why he's driving like a maniac.
John Andrews is smooth sailing up front. He has led the most laps so far. He's dominated this opening stretch. As soon as he got around Dale Lightning, he just set sail and pulled away to about a second lead at its max. Now it's about a 7/10 of a second lead over Dale Lightning in the Advent Health 55. Mccleese still working on Elijah Gordon there for the 6th position. And here comes Kugelon down to the inside of Colin Teague looking for 3rd. But obviously, we've worn these tires out so much. These Pirellis are so used up. That outside lane is finally rubbered in, at least for this run. They're not going to have an easy time passing each other. But Mccleese made it look easy on Elijah Gordon, though.
That's why he's points leader.
He's a rookie. You could have fooled me. He's driving like a veteran right now, but here's John Andrews, another rookie, at least for this series, but not a rookie here on the Trinity River Network, leading the way. Dale Lightning closing in now within half a second of the JBL number 5, the Blackout Motorsports entry. Caleb Rose getting down to the inside of Kukulon. Kukulon slipped up on the outside, and Kyle Mccleese, the points leader, is going to take advantage of that, coming around to start lap 32. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. We haven't seen anybody come down the pit road yet, but I think we are just about ready for that to happen here within the next
2 to 3
laps.
5
to 10 laps, I would say. Yeah, probably that even. It will not be long.
Like, these guys are looking like they're about to start coming down pit lane. I believe your leader no, he does not. He was just running really low on the track.
And still nobody else coming down on the end at the end of lap 32. But now a quarter second is the gap between John Andrews and Dale Lightning, which means it'll be very interesting. If they came down the pit road now, Lightning could potentially jump John Andrews in the pits, so we'll have to see how it goes once the cycle finally does begin, coming around to start lap 34. Nobody else is coming down the pit road, though. Still nobody.
This is a very interesting strategy call. Seems to be throughout the entire field as well.
I guess they've slowed up, or did the caution come out? No, the caution is not out. Unless,
Ethan Liu.
Or it did. Oh, it did. Christian Vargas stalled on the racetrack, and that's going to bring the caution out for the first time, and that's going to bring everybody into the pit cycle. I saw everybody slowing. I thought, well, are they just getting really close to having to pit?
Pitting?
But no. There was a stalled car on the racetrack, Christian Vargas. And that will bring out the caution here at Rockingham. And they're still trying to get everything sorted out here for these cars that are at the tail end of the lead lap. They'll bring them around. And there's your leader, John Andrews, right there. And we will see them come down the pit road here momentarily. Yes, there they go. So the first pit cycle is going to happen right now. And if a caution is going to come out, that's the most opportune time for it to come out. Right before it was getting ready to start, it's probably not going to shake up the running order all that much. And, well, really by that I mean nobody is going to get stuck a lap down that wasn't already a lap down. And something else may have happened to Stephen Colon. I wonder if Vargas may have had a mechanical failure of sorts and Colon got into him. We'll have to take a look at the replay, but there is some damage to the left side of that Dr. Pepper 99. There's everybody else coming down into their stall. Dale Lightning was running second on the racetrack. John Andrews, the leader, getting ready to come off the pit road. It'll be Andrews, and will Rose leapfrog Lightning? I think he did.
It looked like he did from that camera angle.
It was very close. We'll let the officials decide who won the race for second off of pit road. We see everybody else now coming off of the pit road. They will sort everything out, and we will go back green flag racing momentarily. But John Andrews out of Waco, Texas, leads the way for Blackout Motorsports. Real quick, we'll go to the replay and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the race here in the 2022 Pop Secret 400 at the Rock. So here's what happened to Christian Vargas, and he just blows up coming out of turn number 4 right in front of the 47 of Braden Perez. And at some point here, he is just going to come to a complete stop on the apron of the racetrack. And that is what's going to bring out the first caution of this Pop Secret 400. And you can see the leaders were coming right at him there on the inside line. And, they pretty much had to throw the caution at that point. But leader of the race is going to be John Andrews for the restart. Track is clear. We're good to go. So let's head to that restart here at Rockingham. Back with your live picture here at Rockingham. Welcome back to the Pop Secret 400 at the Rock. It is lap 38. We got the 1 to go the last time through. We'll get the green flag this time. John Andrews leads the way. He has led the most laps so far. Caution coming out for a valve problem, knocking Christian Vargas out of the race in the Mucky Racing number 46 Ford Mustang. It will be Andrews leading the way, then Dale Lightning second, Caleb Rose, Kyle Mccleese, Sebastian Kukulon, and then Talladega winner Colin Teague, and then Scott Upton, Joey Hightower, Keegan Thompson, and Elijah Gordon rounding out the top 10. Green flag is back out here at Rockingham. Lightning got a good restart there from second. Mccleese wasting no time on Caleb Rose. Right down to the inside goes the 59 on the 15 of Rose. Down the back straightaway, Kukulon following suit behind the points leader. And Scott Upton getting around the 97 of Colin Teague. Now sideways, coming out of turn 4, really wheeling that 78 down to the inside of Caleb Rose. Everybody's on fresh Pirellis and chocked full of Sunoco fuel. Hightower looking 3 wide on the inside, headed down the back straightaway.
That was really, really close with the way they washed up, and also the 78 car. You know, if he had red gloves, we could make an IndyCar driver reference, but no red gloves, but that was a heck of a save. Colton Herta, eat your heart out.
Indeed. Kyle Larson, eat your heart out. Kansas 1 week ago. But Andrews leads the way. Mccleese looking after the lead. Almost got to the inside of that 5. Not able to for the time being. So Andrews will stay up front. Both of those drivers in first and second, looking for their first career win of the series. The Lightnings would be a second. Kukulon would be a second. And Upton would be a first for the driver of that 78. Hightower would be second. Thompson would be second for points paying, but it would actually technically be fourth because he has a win in the Clash at New Smyrna and he's won a duel before at Daytona, so he knows how to get to victory lane. He just hasn't done it in a points paying race since season 2.
I mean, you know, you can be the best non-points paying race winner, then you can just go like 0 for however many in points paying race. Kyle Mccleese dives down low on the number 5 JBL machine. Mccleese will now be your leader. Oh, we have a caution. Pit road is red lights are on the pit road.
Oh, we had a big crash. Will Parrish,
big scrum.
Andrew Williams, Roberto Crown Jr., maybe some others. A big accident to bring out the second caution of the race, and we hadn't even been green for 10 laps.
As well.
Oh yeah, a lot of damage on the 52, some damage on the 05. Alejandro Cruz Jr. William Brock may have been back in that as well. Justin Zeidel's got damage. So we had a melee. And we're going to go ahead and go into the second pit cycle. Okay. So we might be good the rest of the way as a result of this.
I mean, it's probably a good thing they're pitting, so they don't have to pit under green.
Yeah, I guess so.
2 tires and gas here, because I don't think it warrant enough for 4 tires, just 7 laps on a, rubbered-in racetrack.
And wouldn't you think at speed, like you're not using up your tires as much?
Yeah.
So you're going to pull out some strategy. We're going to see what gets cooked up here in the crucible of competition. Here's Mccleese getting off the pit road. Oh, my goodness. Is Collins going to jump him?
He did!
He did! He took 2 tires.
Collins,
wow!
The call I made.
You called it.
Box. That is the type of call I would make on the pit box in this situation. Looks like that 43 team must have some form of way of tapping into the booth here.
Oh, please don't tell me he's coming down the pit road again. Nope, he's staying out there. All right. You gotta be worried for a second.
To paraphrase Larry and Mac, make me look like I know what the heck I'm doing.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that Fitzwater Collins team knows what they're doing. But he takes 2 tires, got a splash of Sunoco fuel, and he is taking the lead here at Rockingham. Mitchell Collins, what a call by the crew. He jumps Kyle Mccleese, Christopher Alphaby there in 3rd, Trey Smith up to 4th. Where did he come from? Keegan Thompson takes that Buick up to 5th. Great job by the crew. Then Upton, Hightower, Teague, Lozano, and Henderson round out the top 10. Boy, this is going to shake up the running order, but we had a big accident coming out of turn 4 and onto the front straightaway. Let's take a look at the replays to see what brought out the second caution of the race here in the Pop Secret 400. So, we're coming to the end of lap 42. This is a little deeper in the field. This was brought out the second caution of the race here at Rockingham. Roberto Crown Jr. down to the inside of Justin Zeidel. Zeidel having a terrible exit out of turn number 4, and Crown's going to make it a little worse. Gets up into that 62, and into the wall they go. Behind, cars try to take evasive action. Will Parrish not able to get out of the way, and Andrew Williams, their center, punches the back end of that 02, sends him up into the air, and behind, Ace Garcia, nowhere to go, hits the backside of Stephen Colon, down into William Brock, and Garcia hits the 27 as well, and Alejandro Cruz Jr. somehow able to whoa his car down and not run into the pirouetting 00 of William Brock. So a 7-car incident to bring out the second caution of the race here at Rockingham. Let's go take a look at it now at full speed.
Coming in lap 42 here, Cruz, nope, that's Crown, whoops, gets into Zeidel. Zeidel goes into the wall, spinning, 02, 50, 00, 99. A whole gaggle of cars you see there. Cruz in the 05 barely gets slowed down to avoid getting any damage in the incident. But he will be slower since he was behind that. He probably smoked his tires massively. But as you can see, a 7-car incident here at the end of lap 42. Kyle Mccleese leads them back to the flag. And, well, I don't really know what to say. That was just an incident, 3 wide doesn't really work off of turn 4.
No, it does not here, but split strategy occurred under this pit cycle, and Mitchell Collins is going to be leading the way to the green flag here for this restart. We'll see how it goes for him on 2 tires while everybody's on 4. Track is clear. We're good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Rockingham. Got the one to go the last time through as they head down Thunder Alley. Welcome back to the Pop Secret 400 at Rockingham. Mitchell Collins leads the way. Lap 47 after a big incident on the front straightaway brought an end to what was a very brief green flag run. Collins leads Mccleese, Alphaby, Smith, Thompson, and then Upton, Hightower, Teague, Lozano, and Henderson round out the top 10. Pace car heads down the pit road. Collins leading the field to the green flag through the Reese's restart zone. Let's get back going here at Rockingham. 32 laps to go.
Collins, whose teams make me look like America's true Mccleese already
he did not get going at all, and Mccleese right to the inside.
4 compared to 2. 4 tires compared to 2 tires.
Absolutely. And Collins still slipping back on the outside. Thompson down low. Alphaby gets stuck up on that outside line. And remember, these tires are not rubbered in at all. So that outside lane's not going to work. And Lozano slow in the middle. Andrews goes up high. Into the wall goes the 4.
Wow.
What in the world? I think Lozano tried to chop him at the last second, and Andrews said, "No way, get out of my way." And now the battle for second is on. Joey Hightower around Thompson. looking for Scott Upton, and it's a Team Ninja Rapids 1-2 up front. I told you, these cars have been fast all year, and now they're 1-2 once again.
We said during the break in between the caution and the drop of the restart flag, we hoped that we wouldn't have anything bad happen. Well, that bad thing happened. Dominant car of the day, John Andrews, is now running back, I believe, in the low 20s.
20th position the last time through. Yes, indeed, and still slipping backwards on that outside line behind Ethan Lewis. Ryan Durrani making a bold move there in front of Mitchell Henderson to the inside of Trey Smith. And Trey Smith's teammate Brock Nelson will get by on the inside. Paul-Antoine Sierra. How about Braden Perez? Haven't talked about him all day. There he is in the 47, working his way on the inside line up into the top 15, I believe. As Mccleese still leads the way by just about a second over Hightower. And then Thompson, Upton, Teague. That is the top 5. Here's Upton going down to the inside of Thompson for third.
78. I believe you told me he has that 78. Number 70 has never won a Trinity River Cup Series event. Upton trying to break that. He is running insanely well. Well, he's being passed by Colin Teague now. What?
Caution's out. Caution's back out. Ethan Lewis, I think, got spun around. A little bit of damage on the backside of that 54. Third yellow flag of the event comes out on lap 54 for car 54. Ethan Lewis, and the 1.1 second lead that Mccleese had evaporates. Hightower not going to be able to challenge for the lead for the moment. We'll see if anybody has to come down the pit road here, and does not look like anybody will have to.
Wow. Ethan Lewis, bad luck continues. Daytona 500 champion, no other notable accomplishments this season.
So it'll be the points leader leading. We will, I think, we may have actually, well, they're still trying to get sorted out. That's what's going on. So they're still trying to get the order sorted out. It should be Lightning ahead of Gordon and then Rose. I think they'll get it sorted out like once we go through this kink in the front straightaway. We'll let the officials take care of that. Meantime, it's Mccleese leading the way. We'll get the green flag momentarily. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Ethan Lewis to bring out the third caution of the race here at Rockingham. So here we are watching overhead, 4 wide. As we've mentioned before, it just does not work at this racetrack. Mitchell Collins, Priya McShane, Ethan Lewis, Kanan Biller in the middle of that, as well as Trey Smith for a moment. But Biller into the backside of the 54 of Ethan Lewis, going to spin him down through the infield grass, across the Pop Secret 400 sign, and through Body Armor Victory Lane into the wall on the inside. Not terribly hard contact, but a wild spin for your Daytona 500 winner, Ethan Lewis. He'll get it back righted, and we'll have another restart here momentarily at Rockingham. This is the third caution of the race. Let's go and take a look at it at full speed.
Lap 52 here, second caution of the event. You see Lewis trying to get below that number 0 car of, I don't know who that is, I don't have a You see Collins gets into the wall, the 2 tires didn't work. You see Biller just gets into Lewis, and Lewis goes sliding through that front straightaway infield, slowly backs into the wall after sliding through the Body Armor Victory Lane, comes to rest just outside of the grass in the infield, is able to get it back going, but he's probably going to have a bit of damage after, scraping it off a little bit. Mccleese will be your leader back to the caution flag, I believe.
Yes, he will. And he'll lead us to the restart momentarily. Yeah, just a little bit of damage there on Lewis. Nothing too major. But we'll get back going momentarily here at Rockingham. Track is clear. We're good to go. Let's head to the restart in the Pop Secret 400. Welcome back to your live coverage of the Pop Secret 400. Lap 57 got the one to go, and trouble for your defending series champion Trey Smith. Slowed under the caution, has come back down the pit road. It looks to be getting some sort of service underneath the car just prior to this restart. Hopefully it's nothing too major that would take the 22 out of this race. But Mccleese, your points leader, leads the way. He's dominated the second half of this race. Joey Hightower there is second. Colin Teague, Scott Upton, and Keegan Thompson round out the top 5. The only car out of the race is Christian Vargas with a valve problem. This caution coming out for a problem with Ethan Lewis. But now we're ready for the green flag to come back out through the Reese's restart zone. Green flag is back out on lap 58 here at Rockingham. 22 laps to go.
Mccleese with an amazing jump off of that restart, getting about a 4, maybe 5 car length gap between himself and Joey Hightower now. Upton making a move below Teague now.
Scott Upton getting to the inside of Teague. We'll bring Thompson down to the inside as well of that 97 out of turn 4. They'll keep it going. Samadeo, second place points man, slipping back on the outside of Caleb Rose there in car number 15. The 98 stuck up on that outside. And remember, on newer tires, the outside lane is virtually non-existent. So he's going to fall back a couple more spots. Maybe he'll get back in line behind Blake Parker. No. Henderson's going to take the dive in. Third place points man as well. Right, looking to overtake Samadeo in the standings. And there goes Samadeo's teammate John Andrews, who had dominated the opening parts of this race. Looking to get his way back up to the front. Samadeo looks like he'll finally be able to get back in line just ahead of Brock Nelson in the 18.
Samadeo, once again, as you mentioned, the high side does not work with these new tires. The newer tires, rather.
He sits 15th on the racetrack right now, I believe, as Lightning gets to the inside of Upton. That is for third on the racetrack. Lightning will take the spot away. And meanwhile, looking back through the rest of the field, here's Trey Wright going to the inside of Christopher Alphaby. That is for 10th on the racetrack. Andrews and Rose going to follow suit, and then Samadeo right behind them in the 98. In 14th right now, as Monaco's looking to the inside of Braden Perez. And Monaco will get down to the inside of that 47, looking to take the spot away as Rose sideways coming out of turn number 2.
Wow.
Will save it.
I said rotate at a really weird time.
Man, oh man. And Andrews got back around Trey Wright for the 10th position by the looks of things. Durrani now to the inside of Teague. That is for 7th on the racetrack. Durrani will take the spot away. Checking back up front real quick. It is still Mccleese leading the way. 7/10 of a second lead over the 55 of Dale Lightning. Andrews looking to make it 3 wide with Teague and Parker. Giving the old boot scoot boogie. Trying to that 14. Not able to for the moment. So staying behind the 14 there in the 9th position.
John Andrews tried to use the chrome horn, or as you call the boot scoot and boogie. Like, that could have been catastrophic.
Man. Wright almost did to Teague. Now Andrews will get to the inside of Parker. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead may be on here in a few laps. At 15 laps to go, here comes Lightning trying to close in on the points leader.
Lightning, who led in the early stage of the event, trying to get back to the lead now.
He started on the pole, slipped back as this race went on, and is still found a way to get back into the 2nd position. The gap now a quarter second between these two, but Lightning with a big run heading off into turn 1 and 2. Lap traffic ahead, that's Trey Smith. Trey Smith looks to be back up to speed, though, so it may have only been a tire problem on that 22. Reason he had to come down to the pit road late under that last caution. But now, 13 laps to go here in the Pop Secret 400, and Lightning is there on Mccleese.
Lightning trying to pressure Mccleese into a mistake using that intimidate button for this old EA Sports NASCAR game. Now Lightning look at the outside, runs a little bit too high, get that car going back straight. Well, good rather. I'm not worth to say go, Josh, go.
And Mccleese able to hold on to the lead. Lightning slipped up to the outside of 3 and 4, but now closing back into that 59, headed down the back straightaway. See, not even a car length separates them. Less than a quarter second now, the difference between the 59 and 55. Lightning with a run out of turn 4. This is the best passing zone heading off into turn 1. Will Lightning make a move? He'll not. He'll stay in behind the 59, potentially waiting for a time where he doesn't have to worry about Mccleese getting back around him.
Lightning has to stay right in the tire tracks of Mccleese. Now he looks a little bit lower in 3 and 4. Mccleese slides up just a tiniest bit.
Oh, caution's out!
Caution's out!
4th yellow flag of the race. And where in the world?
Where?
Andrews.
Oh, Andrews!
Andrews had a failure of some kind, and he is now on the pit road. Just like what happened to Christian Vargas, stalled car brings out the caution, and at 10 laps to go, we'll reset one more time. Maybe one more time. Something else could happen. My goodness. Reminiscent of last season's race at Phoenix, where it was calm for the first half, and then caution after caution after caution in the second half to keep resetting things. And we'll try it again here at Rockingham in just a moment. Mccleese looked like, for a couple of those restarts, looked like he was just going to run away with it. That time it looked like Lightning had a serious shot of getting around that 59, but now he'll have to wait a little while longer.
Lightning has a very tremendous long run car. And I don't think there's going to be a long enough run for him to get by Mccleese now.
We'll have to see how it goes here whenever we get this race restarted. Mccleese leads the way. Lightning, Hightower, Upton, and Gordon the top 5. Give a call, though, to Chase Harris in the 23, who had just finally had his first good run in a bit at Kansas 1 week ago. Now has worked his way up to 11th on the racetrack. And Harris coming in to this race in the 33rd position, so in a serious need of a rebound, and maybe he might find his footing here, finally, here at Rockingham, unless, well, someone else is in trouble. Oh, 3rd place points man! Trey Wright in trouble on the inside, another problem under caution. Oh my goodness! Just like Trey Smith under the last caution, something has happened to the other Trey. We'll see if he can make it around to the pits. Meantime, we'll go back and take a look at what happened to John Andrews to bring out the 4th caution here at Rockingham. He has fallen out of the race. And when we come back, we'll get you the final green flag run, maybe the final green flag run here of the Pop Secret 400 at the Rock. So here, watching at full speed, Andrews rounds the corner, something happens, not able to get down the pit road, and just comes to a stop on the apron, similar to the Vargas deal a little earlier on, and he comes to a stop just before the start-finish line, and that brings out the 4th caution of the race, and another opportunity for Dale Lightning to get around Kyle Mccleese has gone away. We'll see if he can here on this next restart in the Pop Secret 400. Track is clear. We're good to go. Let's head to the restart here at Rockingham. Back with your live picture here at Rockingham. We'll restart with 6 laps to go. Caution coming out for John Andrews and some sort of mechanical failure he may have had. Trey Wright has fallen out of the race as well with a gearbox failure. Just saw him slowing before we went to look at what happened to Andrews, and now the 3rd place pointsman has fallen out of this race. That is catastrophic. So the points leader, Mccleese, going to have a real opportunity here to seriously lengthen his points lead. Here we go. Green flag back out. 6 laps to go here at Rockingham.
This time around, the Lightning able to keep about pretty even with him, losing a bit of time there in 1 and 2, but he's going to gain that down the back straightaway, trying to run a little bit lower than Mccleese is. He does. Mccleese leaves that bottom. Oh, Caleb Rose may have an issue of some sort.
Stuck up on that outside line. He's going to slip back a lot, and now Chase Harris down to the inside of Ryan Durrani. We're going to get his way further up into the top 10, looking for a tremendous points race now with so many cars getting in trouble here in the later laps. Coming around now for 4 laps to go. Lightning trying to close back in on Kyle Mccleese. This could be his chance to steal the race away from the points leader.
Lightning with a great turn 1. Good turn 2. All about the exit now. Not quite as good as Mccleese's was. Now zooming towards turns 3 and 4. Mccleese. Oh, lightning. Whoops.
Oh my goodness,
out.
Another yellow flag to reset. Big incident.
No,
Huge
Caleb.
incident. Oh my goodness. Big
Yard.
crash. And second place pointsman Nicholas Samadio has been caught up in it. Oh my heavens to Betsy. So many cars involved in this incident. 3, 4, 5, and more. Trey Smith, defending series champion. We already saw him in trouble earlier, and now he's found more trouble. What? And now Perez. Oh, Perez was also involved there. You see the damage on the Schluter car.
Man.
Goodness
This is going to cost a lot of hypothetical money. Also, we're going to have ourselves
a green,
white,
checkered. And this is going to open up the fuel mileage lottery again, because now we've got a question: will everybody be able to make it to the end here on this final restart?
On lap 44.
This is going to be really, really close to the end of this race. Will anybody be good to make it to the end? That's going to be the question that we'll have answered when we go back green, because it's probably just going to be the one attempt at a green-white checker.
You never know.
We'll see how it goes, but 5th yellow flag out here at Rockingham, and we'll have to try it one more time here in the Pop Secret 400. Let's go back and take a look at what happened in this melee that has brought it out. So here we go, 5th caution of the race, going to bring us into overtime, and this is what happened. Rose, a failed slide job on Ryan Durrani up into the outside wall at the exit of turn 4. They both slide sideways. Rose slides down the track. Samadio tries to miss, just is not able to, and then sends the 15 back into traffic. Alfie gets a little bit of a piece there in the 3, and coming behind, Alex Lozano center punches the 15. Cologne gets involved. Cruz, Perez, and behind, cars trying to get slowed up, take evasive action, make it through. More cars slide in, hit each other. Cruz goes on his side for a moment, but right about half the field involved in this one, and one of the biggest incidents we have seen, not just this season, but ever. A huge melee on the front straightaway here at Rockingham to bring us into a green-white checker. Let's take a look at it at full speed.
Coming in lap 75 here, failed slide job, it looks like, from Caleb Rose on Ryan Durrani. Durrani hits the wall, Rose goes around, Samadio nowhere to go. And then I'm not even going to try and name all these other guys. Too many cars, about half the field. Arca brakes, now if you slow down, you see Cruz on his side there briefly. I'll get that going. Just complete yard sale coming towards the front straightaway here at North Carolina, aka The Rock. Collins, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, not American Petrucci Flair Mac, Collins, 2 tires kind of caused him to be back there, but whatever, But absolute yard sale. Roughly half the field in it. That's just a terrible crash. Mccleese leads him back. Green-white checkered action coming at you.
Yep, he's going to lead the field to the green flag momentarily. Track is clear. We're good to go. So let's maybe finish this up here at Rockingham. Well, the lights are off atop the pace car here at Rockingham. We'll go a couple laps over for green-white checker. And this caution coming out for an absolute melee involving at least half a dozen cars. You've already seen the replays. We have not. And we'll obviously record those in post. But it is Kyle Mccleese leading the way. And we are really curious to see if everybody will be able to make it to the end, because they last came down on lap 44. Green-white checker getting ready to happen. Will everybody be able to make it to the end through the Reese's restart zone? Green flag is back out here at Rockingham. 2 laps to go.
Mccleese once again able to get a decent jump off the restart. 3rd place man Joey Hightower did not get that good of a jump. The 4th on back, losing a bit of time. Thompson looking low on Upton now, but focusing our battle, or turning our focus to the lead. Lightning trying to catch them. We're coming to the white flag. 1 to go in the Pop Secret 400 here at Rockingham.
They'll all be able to make it to the end. Dale Lightning now setting his sights on Kyle Mccleese into turn number 1. Lightning all over the backside of the 59. Will he be able to make a move heading off into turn number 3? Does not look like he's going to be able to, and the points leader will finally break through and have his first career race victory. Kyle Mccleese wins a wild race at Rockingham in the Pop Secret 400.
I don't think wild describes it enough.
I think you're
wacky.
Right. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. And in all the chaos, look at this. Chase Harris started way deep in the field. He is up to 4th. Big attaboy to the driver of that 23 Toyota. Joey Hightower finishes 3rd. Thompson
Eric
5th. Monaco
We've seen
6th.
him fall back hard. And look at this. Thomas Troxel, last place points, man.
How about that?
The Albertan has done it. He got top 10.
He has got his 3rd top 10 of the season. And he may very well overtake Ethan Lewis for 39th in the standings. I know it doesn't sound like the biggest achievement on paper, but believe me, for the season, oh my goodness gracious alive. Caden Biller got in a serious incident, looked like after the checkered flag.
We'll have to see that too.
Yeah, I think we'll have to. He's got some serious damage. Last week's winner in the 81 had a serious problem either coming to the checkered flag or afterwards. So we'll take a look at that right now, too, before we go back and look at our race finishing results. So here we are. It's after the checkered flag. So the field's slowing up to get into the pits. And Biller is, I guess, going to miss a cue to slow down. Is going to run into the back of Marty Sakala there in the 84. Send the 81 sideways. And behind will come Thibodeau. Has little to no time to react, can't move out of the way, and just slams the passenger side of the 81 of Caden Biller, sends him upside down, barrel rolling on the turn 3 apron about 3 times over. Nobody else getting involved, although his teammate Will Parrish was awful close there, but nobody else involved in this post-race incident. Let's take a look at it at full speed.
Well, after the end of the race, Kyle Mccleese did take checkered flag, but we had a bit of extracurriculars here. So Biller gets in the back of Marty Sakala, spins out, and here comes Jacob Thibodeau to say, wait, don't wreck without me, I want to be in a wreck too. Sends Biller up and over about 3, maybe 4 times. 0-2 car barely misses him, but well, that's just 2 more cars out to the wreck list.
Yep, and that's going to be a long, long list here at the end of this race. But let's take a look now at your finishing results here in the Pop Secret 400 at The Rock. So here we are taking a look at your finishing results. Kyle Mccleese wins by 91 one-thousandths of a second over Dale Lightning. Joey Hightower finishes 3rd. Chase Harris 4th. Keegan Thompson 5th. And then Eric Monaco, Paul-Antoine Sierre, Sebastian Kukulon, Thomas Troxel, and Blake Parker round out the top 10. 23 cars finishing on the lead lap. 5 cars finishing a lap down. They're Williams, Cruz, Oskin, Henderson, and Zidell. And a big list of cars that are not able to finish this race. Trey Smith with a brakes problem. Ace Garcia, Ethan Lewis, and Nicholas Samadio involved in an incident. Mitchell Collins involved in an incident. Lozano and Rose as well, I think. And then Perez involved in an incident. Cologne involved in an incident. Trey Wright had a gearbox problem. Andrews, he just had some sort of failure, then retired. And Christian Vargas with a valve stem problem. He brought out the first caution of the race. But definitely a wacky one. One of the wackiest races we have seen here in series history has occurred here at Rockingham. Derek, final thoughts on this race?
Well, you said it. Wacky is the only word I can use to describe this race. We've seen the dominant car. What we thought of the day would be John Andrews. He had that issue, which took him out of the event. And then he had the 55 who led laps early in the race. He was running second. He ended up getting second place. Kyle Mccleese, you love seeing a first-time winner, and, well, he's one of them. A rookie, and he just lengthens that points lead even more.
And he absolutely will, with Trey Wright falling out of the race and Nicholas Samadio with his problems finishing 32nd in today's race. So Mccleese is going to have a massive, enormous points lead coming out of this race here at Rockingham. Big attaboy to him. Congratulations, Kyle Mccleese, on your first career win, and what a statement to the rest of the field it was. Whether or not he benefited from all the late cautions, that's aside the point. Big congratulations to him. We'll see y'all next week here, still back here in the state of North Carolina, but at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Bojangles 600. Hopefully that is another epic like the Charlotte race was 1 year ago. Big thanks to Derek Hamill for being in the booth for this race. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Welcome to the NOFSRL.